Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, Chiwempala. Good evening, Zambia. Good evening, world. And good evening, London and Europe and several other countries where you are receiving our signal from. My name is Elias Munshya, and we are very excited to have you here on TV, Bakwetu. I am with Mr. Patrick Chilufya and with Mr. Mapanza Nkwilimba. Good evening, Mr. Chilufya, and good evening, Mr. Nkwilimba.
Good evening, Dr. Munshya. Good evening, Mr. Nkwilimba.
All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Nkwilimba, you are muted. Hello, hello.
Good evening, Doc and Chilufya.
All right. Tonight, we have a discussion that is coming very late.
And so I'm actually unmuted. I don't know why you can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. No, we heard you. We heard you when you said hello. So thank you very much. Yes, we can hear you. All right. So I'm coming. For me, I am not in my usual spot. So if the lighting and the camera and everything else doesn't work out very well, I'm going to remove my video. But let's give it a shot and see how it goes. What do you think? Should the video stay? Let me see what our friends are saying, whether they want the video to stay or not. All right. Okay. So we are going to keep it. For now, I think it's working just fine. So not in the usual spot. Rupiah, you are in the usual spot, so we can see.
Yes, Munshya.
But your volume is quite low, Munshya. Your volume is quite low.
Okay, is my volume low, Rupiah?
No, I don't know hear you very well.
It's on my side. Your volume is quite low.
But then even you, Nkwilimba, you're not coming out clearly to me.
Oh, maybe the problem is mine then.
Yes. All right. Okay. So today I want to talk about what is happening in Kawata, because we have received a letter of resignation. We've all seen it. It's a letter of resignation. I don't know. Is it a letter of resignation or a letter of withdrawal? What letter is it?
Withdraw, I think. Nkwilimba, is it a resignation or withdraw?
The letter has both words, so
yes.
So I guess
we
both.
don't know. So does it mean the person has resigned from the party and hence withdraw from the elections, isn't it?
Okay, no. What he has done is that he has just, I don't know.
It's not very clear the way. It's not very clear the way it's stated in the letter that I read.
Yeah, I think what he's trying to say is that he's not going to be a candidate anymore in this by-election. So he says, I'm not going to be a candidate anymore, and he provides the reasons. So we've got to look at some of those reasons tonight, because they are very, very interesting and very, very hilarious as well. So the first one, let me just read a little bit of this letter here so that we can track it. So this candidate, I don't even know his name, but this candidate is for the UPP, which is United Progressive People. Yeah, his name is Francis Lubinda, and he states his NRC, and he says he's coming from the United Progressive People, and he says that he's withdrawing and extending his resignation of his candidature in the forthcoming Kawata parliamentary seat. That's what he's saying. Now, it's the reasons that are very, very hilarious. So reason number one, I'm going to go to reason number one. Reason number one is that he believes that there is a candidate in this election who he thinks is not a Zambian, or has an accent which is not like a Kabwata. And so one of the hilarious things is, what is the Kabwata accent? How do Imamwebena Kabwata? I lived in Kabwata constituency for 7 years. I lived in Kabwata for about 7 years. So therefore, you people in Kabwata, the Kabwata people, please let us know what is your accent? Michael Zulu Mwebena Kabwata, and several other Kabwatans. How is your accent? Because this gentleman is saying that one of the candidates does not have an accent from Kawata. After reflecting on the other candidates whose credentials and origin have been questioned by their own parties and petitioned their eligibility to contest the election, this particular candidate, even his accent does not speak to Kawata constituency residents. This beats my conscience to take part in this by-election. Sadly, even the institutions such as ECZ has allowed the perceived illegality by accepting the nomination papers as valid when there is a critical issue that needed to be addressed. Again, the problem with what this Mr. Lubinda is saying is that he's objecting to the candidature of one of the candidates. He has not explained who the candidate is. But there is a way in which you can petition a candidate. So after they become a candidate, you've got about 7 days in which to raise any objections that you may have. This gentleman has not raised any objections. And instead of either suing, going to court, or raising any reasonable objection, he decides to say that he's going to resign. Well, I don't think the Electoral Commission of Zambia should treat this letter seriously. I think this letter is a letter of comedy. It's a letter of somebody who left kusekesha ifisela. This is ifisela. This is not serious. We shouldn't even He says that there is a candidate who has been challenged by his own party. There is no candidate who has been challenged by his own party. One. Two, he's talking about the accent. Now, Kabwata has no accent. Now, let's assume that somebody has a different accent in Zambia, but accent is not a qualification for Zambian citizenship. The fact that somebody speaks differently does not mean that then they are not citizens of the country. And so I can't take seriously what this gentleman is saying. What do you think, Patrick?
Munshya, I laughed when I saw that letter. To me, it's a joke. And as you mentioned, the reasons this man has given for withdrawing his candidature don't make sense, don't make legal sense, not even common sense. So, because usually when somebody resigns with credible reasons, with good reasons, legal reasons, as you said, he has 7 days to go to court. And not only that, he can wait until the results are out and go and petition in court. He can still do that. Yeah. So, because our constitution says in an event like this, then the elections won't go ahead. But my recommendation to ECZ Munshya is not to take this letter seriously. And the elections should go ahead. Thank you, Munshya, for now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So what you're saying is, let's just, in spite of what the Constitution says, this is not a serious resignation. This is not a resignation. It's just, what is it? If this is not a resignation, what is it? Just public nuisance?
I think the man is being a public nuisance, really. He's taking the whole issue, it's really, he's being childish, he's being unreasonable. Whatever he intends to gain from what he has done, nobody knows. It's really, I don't know why even, I think for me, really, Munshya, you are a lawyer. This is one of the things that needs to be addressed in the current electoral act. How do we allow such a situation where when somebody just resigns or decides to resign without proper reasons, then you end up cancelling the election and for people to start all over again for fresh nominations, and again they have to pay the nomination fee. That's another problem with the law that I see as a layperson.
Yeah. So that will make it a little bit more expensive, I think. In any case, we could make an argument that the law that in fact says that when a candidate resigns, that you call fresh elections, does not apply to a by-election. Because if it applies to a by-election, then you can continue having by-elections. You can enter into a cycle of by-elections all the time, And so maybe we can find. I'm just looking at the law here. Let me just read it for our viewers. Yeah. All right. So this is Article 52 and subsection 6, where a candidate dies, resigns, or becomes disqualified in accordance with Article 70, 100, and 153, or a court disqualifies such a candidate, the Electoral Commission shall cancel the election and require the filing of fresh nominations by eligible candidates, and elections shall be held within 30 days after filing of nominations. Yeah, for me, my submission would be that this does not apply to a by-election. Because if this article applied to a by-election, then we are going to enter into an unending loop of by-elections. Yeah. So this is referring to a general election where a candidate withdraws in a general election. Yes, you're going to stop the election and call for a by-election. But if it is a by-election, then this should not apply. In the by-election, let people go ahead and vote. That's it. It's as simple as that. This gentleman has really done us very, very badly as a people. This is betrayal, total betrayal. And the reasons that he's giving do not make sense, particularly on one of the candidates, because it is rumored, and I don't have evidence on this, that the candidate known as Tayengwa, for the UPND candidate, Andrew Tayengwa, was born in Zimbabwe and might be speaking with a Zimbabwean accent. I don't even know what a Zimbabwean accent is. I think this is the person that this guy is referring to. But we need to make it very clear that in Zambia, we have Zambians who were born in Zimbabwe, who were born in Malawi, who were born in Congo, who were born in Angola. They are Zambians. Now, I'm not saying that that's where he was born. What I'm saying is, even if he were born, even if he was, even if he was born in Zimbabwe, being born in Zimbabwe does not rob him of Zambian citizenship. This is simple common sense. If yakula sonta abantu ati bantu bafyarirwe ku Zimbabwe, they are not Zambians. It's not right. It's not legal. Mulomo no bufi no lupato. It's like saying at you hate me, I hate him, and we hate each other, or something like that. This is exactly what is happening here. Lupato, pure lupato, pure malice. A Zambian who is born outside of Zambia is still a Zambian. In our constitution, you can be a Zambian. Finofine umwana nasafiyalira omwana kubulaya. Oli omwana oli owafyalirwa kubulaya mwina Zambia. Mwina Zambia. And I don't even have the rights to take away that citizenship from them until they can decide on their own. That is exactly what has happened. Number, omwina Zambia aya fiala omwina Zambia ku Harare. Ero mwalanda tiyo mkwaite mwina Zambia. Iyo uyumulo monobufi. If this gentleman was born in Zimbabwe, he's a Zambian. And he qualifies to stand. Because if we went into Zambian history and began removing people that were not born in Zambia, where are we going to go? People that they are Zambian as everyone else. Tayengwa is not a Zambian. Muleke. He is a Zambian. He's lived in Kabwata. He's very well known by the people of Kabwata. He won, the primary elections. Right from the ward to whatever it is, he won and did extremely well. It is not reasonable that somebody should say that he is not a Zambian. The other thing is, some people do not realize this, but when it comes to citizenship, both the mother and the father have equal rights to transmit Zambian citizenship to their offspring. Both, equal rights. Fidefi alikwati, you follow citizenship yabawiso. It's illegal. At you only follow citizenship yabawiso. No, there is nothing like that anymore. A man and a woman can transmit Zambian citizenship equally. So let's assume that a person has a man marries a Malawan. A Zambian man marries a Malawan. That child is a Zambian because of the father. So he's a Zambian by descent. Let's assume that it's a Zambian woman who marries a Malawan man. I use Malawi because I'm a Malawans in Bulurusheso. And he marries a Malawan, she marries a Malawan man. She too can transmit Zambian citizenship to her own offspring. Filefia Kobat Vanamayo Vena Tabapero Wina Zambia, Fia Puakale. I have a daughter and I have also got a sons. So Takwaba, there is any difference in the way the law is going to treat these two. The law says that if one of the parents is a Zambian, then that child is a Zambian. And so we can't agree to this umlomo that they are trying to bring to divide the people. Should people be dividing Abantu on citizenship?
No. I mean, you have said it all, really. It doesn't make sense to, to call people non-Zambians if they legally, they have attained their citizenship either by being born in Zambia to a Zambian parent, or having been born, even if they are born of foreign parents, but if parents who have been in Zambia since independence or even before independence, and then they bear children in Zambia, those children are Zambians. Yeah. And the bit we know about this, we assume the man is talking about the UPND candidate, and the bit we know is that he has grown up in Kabwata. And this is not the first time that he has tried to stand as an MP. He tried in previous elections. Actually, he topped the list, although he was not nominated. But now the party decided to go ahead and nominate him. The party knows what is at risk if they were giving a nomination to a non-Zambian. I'm sure the party knows he qualifies to be. He's a Zambian, and that's why they have nominated him this time to stand on the party.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I agree.
You've explained the statute, and you've explained a lot of things here. I think this guy is just being a nuisance, and this is xenophobia. Just because our Zimbabwe doesn't mean he's not Zambian. He was born in Zambia. But Musha, the last program we had, I even stated that Andrew Tayengwa is actually more Zambian than myself. Andrew Tayengwa has lived in Kabwata the whole of his life, over 40 years. I've lived abroad more than I've lived in Zambia. And then Bamusha, I've got a child who was born here. So can somebody say that child is not Zambian because he wasn't born? And talk about an accent ya Zambia. Talk about an accent ya Zambia. Talk about a British accent. So bakaya mwa temina Zambia ngale foku mina MP ku Zambia. Akwatira mashina ya ku Zambia Bamusha.
Ni Patrick Chilufya tuwakukana ala.
No, mwelwa Chilufya tuwakukana because accent yo yachi British.
I think
I rest my peace, Lamush.
I think what is happening, Mr. Chilufya, is that by UPP amano yapelela, because they were going to get zeros worse than Sean Tembo's zero. They were going to get them a 0.0000 now, in order to save themselves from embarrassment. To stand. So instead of doing that, they have decided to sabotage to blackmail the entire election. That's exactly what they are doing, because it's completely unreasonable to accuse your fellow Zambian of being not Zambian. That is unacceptable. We don't care how because Zambia te accent te mutundu yo. Uwina Zambia te mutundu te accent. Uwina Zambia, it's a legal status that you are given, either from your parents or from birth or something like that. Elo ambini registration, they become Zambians. So we find these allegations and insinuations. Because ngatwa konka, particularly Avena Chipata, nga twaba konka abena chipata bonse abena chipata including a non-Tembo nga twatstafie evaluate abena chipata twabeka likapa. We are going to see some of them were born in Malawi, some of them they have parents who were born in Malawi, but they are Zambians. We can't Gavena Luapula na vena isha kumekono kumakuvena Luapula.
Vamusha, don't even go there.
Because of accent. Accent. Okumuika tomwena Luap at your accent taiweme. No. That is completely unacceptable. Zambian citizenship is not conferred because of accents. And if you're the first people that would disqualify Amala, Avena Chipata, Bonsa Avena Chipata. Tukababu ekeshemo kuja.
Vamusha, some of our parents.
We can say that about every part of Zambia. You know, in the south, you know, we with Zimbabwe.
Bamusha, if I ever from Luapula, my mother is from Luapula. You know about Kwataba Blue Congo, Kulumbash, Baramutandala.
Yeah.
So, Grasaland that just because Mafia Kulumbash, because Tolikwatawa Yama is Kulumbash. From Zambian parents, Nishtevena Zambia.
Imagine. Ukukana vena Zambia because of accent or something. No. I think this candidate nabafirwa fia kulanda valesa vaira. So let him be courageous and just say it. Ukujimba, you know, namukwishiwo kujimba vachirufia.
I know.
Ujimba fie, you know, wajimba chapwa. No tu kombukuleta mumulomo no bufi, no lufiengo. No. No, that we are going to say no, absolutely. We are going to say no because Zambians, all Zambians, some of them, I don't know Tayengwa's situation. We're going to interview him here on TV Bakwetu. We're going to bring him and he's going to tell us his story. We Zambians are going to rise together or fall together. There is nothing like no. We either rise together or fall together. There is nothing like you win Zimbabwe. No. Rupiah Banda was born in Gwanda. Rupiah Banda kulimaiko satatu. You are afyariru Gwanda. And Rupiah Banda, our president, was born in Zimbabwe. Some people don't know that. President Rupiah Banda was born in Zimbabwe, in Gwanda. Of parents from Zambia. Number of parents from Zambia. You can also extend it to Ige Pomulomo. Bantu ine am one of those ababika Pomulomo. So nombanarabika Pomulomo naine. Njebere from parents of Zambia and Okukumbisha Lumbule. But is a Zambian, is a true Zambian, genuine Zambian, and we are very proud of Rupiah Banda. And so even Andrew Tayengwa, you are going to win this election by a landslide. Now, the same letter, Bachilufia, I'm going to go to paragraph 2. It talks about Uyumulumendo at Clement Tembo. Number on this paragraph, I agree with this candidate. Number, I think he's right on Clement Tembo because the whole issue in Kawata, as far as Clement Tembo is concerned, we need to explain to the people of Kawata and to the people of Zambia this. Clement Tembo was in charge of President Edgar Lungu's personal money. Akasaka kandalama. Kadabarira ndapo. Clement Tembo was personally responsible for this money. He was the managing director of that money. So kanch Clement Tembo alenda nendalama. Ishabalungu. Mukasaka. Erwale chitati ngafika pa market. Asa isuru akasaka kandalama. Afokotola mo ulupia. Afokotola. Erwapera abantu. Ale folesha abantu. Clement Tembo. one day alina okubula olupi okutwala kwisa ku Mongo elo nomba asa achita commandeer a Zambia Air Force plane where they loaded millions of money in beer to take to the people of Mongo. Esho baire muko chita distribute more like filia Faith Musonda bamu ikete Rupiah nomba Clement Tembo ali kwete na mko Rupiah ama trunks na masaka ne fiola fiandalama if you are muko foleshe abantu bale fita presidential empowerment funds. The question that we had then is the same question that we have now. Clement Tembo akatulondo lwele where that money came from. Shafu minegwe. Bonkwirimba. Bonkwirimba tabalipo bachilufya. Nikuisaba Clement Tembo bafumishe otusaka twandalama tuliabarese to distribute.
Munshya, Clement Tembo, very well known. Almost every Zambian who followed events towards my election knows about Clement Tembo.
Yeah.
Clement Tembo, and what you've explained, Munshya, is true. But then, where was that money coming from? Because as far as I know,
so
where was that money coming
the story
from?
of
Yes.
the gentleman taking oh
Okay, go ahead, Wankwidimba. So, Munshya, all that we need as Zambians is Clement to tell us. Chalef Magwisa Shirendalama. Thank you.
Ine, I've got a theory. Where was Clement Tembo getting the money from?
Kimanziwani bomusha.
Kimanziwani.
Lutumezi. Kimanziwani bo Patrick. Mutoschwan. Bonkwilimba muchwan.
Any shangwe.
Lutumezi tate. It's you know, when we talk about Clement Mwale, whatever, what is his name again? Clement
Tembo.
Tembo. You are just, it's like Mulevika sort pachilonda. So if you kutrati indalama shirabale mona shirabale folesha na mwishibana imwebene na tuishibana ifwebene bonse bekala chalo cha Zambia bali shpokutrati indalama shiria sha fuma kuma ayaye na maloni arabale poka ayaye na ma excess overcharging ama trucks ama fire trucks ama all those monies yale kuli one principle and your principle na tumwishiba na nkwe so soon bombasa ilefuma. So what we are trying to say here is that uyu Clement Tembo imwe ba Kabwata, you make a mistake and bringing back a person who you know very well concealed information where you could even see that this money was not earned legitimately by the so-called head of state or any presidential whatever power. They were not, that money they knew, but they decided to look the other way around. Nobody went to the ACC to report. Nobody took an initiative, being patriotic, being Zambian, to come out and lay law. So, we make a mistake to move in parliament.
In short, what you are saying is that that money is probably the money that the Patriotic Front stole.
Exactly.
Number na mwishwa mwachara bomfia very very flowery language. Abantu besutabomfua fraud is a very difficult term. Corruption. Tufiroku itafiati. Nimpia shakuiba. It is stolen money. In on TV bakweto today. It's not because that I'm outside Zambia. No. I'm landing in Zambia very soon. In a few days, I'm landing in Zambia. Therefore, Clement Tembo in a panel on behalf of TV Bakwet. I'm saying that Clement Tembo's money that he was distributing during Edgar Lungu's reign was stolen funds. Clement Tembo, Nikabwala Mungo, a thief. Nempia Alex that distribute, Nimpia Shakuiva. But in a, I can very categorically say that Clement Tembo is a thief, a shameless thief, who was distributing money that he was getting from his fellow thieves. The people of Kawata need to know that the whole reason why Clement Tembo wants to come back as an MP, in a CDF. Okay. On this one, this is just my opinion. But in but Clement Tembo gamwamwesha mwamwingisha parliament. Akesa achitafira fine mpia shakwa lungu achitire alefwayo kuisa senda CDF 25.7 million. Iyo bahaka inde hichirema bapere abena Kabwata. So why should they elect for a gentleman like that, Clement Tembo? Clement Tembo kumvotera why? In fact, we need to ask him, because obviously he distributed all that money to the people. We need to ask him, Nishingaya Sharap, how much is change? How much is he still having or whatever it is? Because
we can even
you know, somebody just claims that he has money. It has a source. It has a clear audit trail. Where did it come from? And so the people of Kabwata should not make any mistake. Should not make any mistake.
Absolutely, Bamunsha.
Are you there? Oh, Bankwinimba is not there.
Absolutely, Bamunsha. And you know, this is my thinking. Twalishwa kwishwa emisango yaba PF ama attributes yabo. We know very well that they always capitalize. They want to capitalize on nationality or tribalism. And are you not surprised, Mwevantuns, that suddenly somebody is putting a resignation or rather withdrawing, and the reason being somebody's nationality? Who has the same attributes? Never quantum attributes. Where is the source coming from? We know this is just a sham, and this is just they are trying to sabotage, because now they've run out of ideas. Now they are going to candidates of other political parties and feed them with illicit activities.
No. Are we sure that it's coming from people that are feeding?
It is coming from PF, to be honest. I'll be very frank here. Look at Lubinda. How can someone who has been in a very constituency, he was there, he's been there for 20 years as an MP, he goes and condemns himself to say, look at the roads. Honestly, what are you trying to say? Where have you been? Those roads, He was an MP for 25 or how many years? He was that was his constituency. Then he goes and stands, Pamenshi, Alemona, drainage, poor drainage system, poor road networking, and Okwambo is now blaming Haka in the Chirema, who just came. Huh?
5 minutes. Haka in the Chirema, 5 minutes in power. Bambo blame. No. The people
Kibuliangu, you know Buliangu? Confused. Wanganu.
Okay, now I'll wait for an independent translation because I don't trust you.
I mean it, and I mean it the way it is. Muchisungu, I can simply say, is confused. Is confused. Yes, is confused.
Right. All right.
It's like he's behaving as though forgetting. Sorry, Kubali Abalwala, but dementia. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if indeed he has dementia, we can't say much about it because we'll wear it. But our Lubinda kwena tababa kuinomwe. Pantu, you can't begin blaming umuntu ero atampa fyokuteka. You begin blaming them. The people of Kawata have a very clear choice in this by-election. Imomwebena Kawata. Very clear choice. The UPND government has released the funds to the people of Kabwata directly, 25.7 million kwacha. Ifishachitikapo in the history of the country. During the time of Clement Tembo, Clement Tembo, they were taking money from the Zambian people. Elumbabaya muku folesha fie, muku pose ndalama. Kutapo basanga ponse baya muku posa. Indalama sharifi shachi pose. Also le ipitira kula dola fie. Nomba, ulupia ngeza kutira mu economy. Wawe firu wakuposa. What happens is that it does not benefit economy. No major tulemona. Under this new administration is, they have taken the money and they have used the right government channels to distribute it to constituencies, to distribute it to schools, to distribute it to 30,000 teachers, to distribute it to 11,000 health workers, to distribute it to the entire nation uniformly. It's just Lusaka. No. So the people of Kawata have a very big choice. And the choice is to elect an MP who is going to help the party and the country to move forward. Not MP alaya mukuiva bantu afulu kokuiva so alaya mukutashani mukuivira bena Zambia. No. This by-election is going on.
Or to come in and cover up his friends. Because if we need numbers mu parliament, we need to remove somebody's immunity. So ngamwachita mwapanga mistake mwe wakawata. Mina wakawata mwapanga mistake. Yakuli muvotere PF back, mubavotere mashori, ape bataye batouzwa. And he's going to hinder us to even progress to have the numbers that we require in parliament so that we can remove the immunity. So Bolungu can come and tell us exactly how he mismanaged our country and where the money went, because the Zambian coffers are empty right now. Hakainde is struggling, going around lobbying for money to come and pay our retirees, to come and pay our nurses, our doctors, our teachers, employing more people, more youths. Where do you think they're getting the money? These chaps, they took everything up. So minabaka wata lwami kupa kabwata timi pempani yanganani kusogolo ngati mukonda vana vanu bazikulu vanu kuti bakankale bwino mailo kuti bakapunzile bakangene nchito votelani ba UPND kuti ati balete what is development in Nyanja?
Fine.
Balete
ni kuvuta ati kuvuta
balete na last mix balete zwelo pi
again what is there even a choice in Kabwata? Imagine.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Bamush. There's no choice. UPND is winning. All what the PF are doing and other political parties is propaganda, ubufi. Because Bamusha, as Bamkeleva has alluded, Busheva Balubinda, Vatuntulu. Sure, UPND has been in government for only a few months. Budget here we are Tampa 7 days ago. She didn't remember Bamusha. Those were millions. Shetwale Mona. Do you tell me Bamusha? She didn't remember mid-range Yam Kawata. Just like you said, Bamusha, illicit money, kaiba mu formal economy.
No.
It just creates inflation because it's not formal. Because they cannot use that money say wama drainage and other things. No, because it's illegal money. It's illicit.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable, Bamusha. na mulana ba Lubinda bale imone chinshinkwa chabo mmeji. I don't think Munshya, Zambians, especially about Kabwata, tabakwata short memory. Awe. I want to take kind of minepo. I submit Munshya.
All right, thank you. I think we've beaten that. Now the Lusaka Mayor is saying that there are 3,000 foreigners selling on our streets and also selling in the markets. For me, my concern with that messaging is that it distorts what she's actually trying to say, and it may lead to xenophobia and hatred for the foreigners. What I would like her to do is, if she's telling us 3,000 against what number? We have 3,000 foreigners. That there is no connection. I'm not a man of numbers because but that number of 3,000 must be related to another. So 3,000 against how many other people, how many other Zambians? It's inadequate. And so if you say there are 3,000 foreigners, well and good. Is there anything wrong with having 3,000 marketeers from the neighboring countries? You know, we need to find out that. The idea that marketeers, foreign marketeers, come in and they should go and everything else. The problem is that has a potential to inflame tensions and betray our own unity as a people. The best thing to do is, first of all, tell us how many they are in relation to how many. Is that 10% of the number? Is that 1% of the number? Is that 30%? Is that 50%? First of all. Secondly, are these investors? Because the idea that my investors are only abasungu, elo kanonga amabwe. No. Are they business people that are investors? The Bibarisa is from Angola with $50,000. El nombabaya mukushtisha per market. We don't know. So we need a little bit more information from the mayor of Lusaka instead of her just saying things that might inflame the tensions and betray the peace of our country. The other thing is, just like the letter from the UPP candidate has said, because of their accents, they have connections with the neighboring country. We might even be labeling other people to be foreigners when they are not. As for Rwandans, there are several Rwandan refugees in our country, and as a refugee, they have the right to participate in the economy of their host nations. And so we are hoping that we are not going to take out any anger towards the Rwandese. Rwandans are our people. They have been through a lot of struggle, and Zambia is protecting them. And so they have a right to be in those markets. They have a right to be selling and buying. And if you have problems with all these people, in the sense that they are committing crimes, please arrest them, take them before a judge, and deport them. There are 3,000 foreigners. It's not good at all. Because if we've been foreigners in all these countries, and we've been asking these countries to treat foreigners with respect, with dignity, and stop main windows. You know, and we hope that that we are going to do that.
Munshya, as you said, in financial analysis, we only compare like for like. So they compare bananas and apples. You can only compare apples and apples and bananas and bananas. So you're right, Munshya. What are they comparing with? 3,000 against how many Zambians? Or 3,000 against how many other foreigners? So, Munshya, some of these people might be refugees. Some of these people might be genuine foreigners coming to trade and go back to their countries. So, Ngabala, you know, these are the things, Munshya, that causes xenophobia. It's like foreigners are having a better hand than Zambians. And then, Munshya, if they are foreigners, are they illegal or are they legal? If they're illegal, then my immigration can come in. But I believe for these people to be selling on the markets, 3,000 of them, they must be legal. And I think most of them are refugees. And refugees, as you rightly said, Munshya, they've got the right to trade, even to get jobs. I submit, Munshya.
Yeah.
Me, what I can say is that the mayor of Lusaka, I feel like she's trying to undermine the new Dawn government for even going around the neighboring countries to open doors for trade. You know, the opening of the doors, the borders does not mean that they will be just bringing their properties and leave them by the border and then Zambian will pick it them and then no. Zambian will also be entering those countries and they will also be entering our countries to come and trade. And when they do those things, we as Zambian people are going to benefit. We are going to benefit economically. And those are people that are not lazy. Those who are busy complaining today that you now are foreigners, you are lazy. Why can't you compete? We are in a liberalized economy. Liberalization of economy. Let's liberalize it. Let's go out there and sell our ideas and sell and be competitive. So who are we to start judging other people that are doing well just because they are of a foreign nationality? So me, that's why I'm so against our PF with this trade, this ni racism. These are racist remarks. You're trying to discriminate your own fellow human beings just by virtue of a border. Honestly, we should actually be serious about that. So whatever mayor, Ndeva Lomba, but to withdraw a statement, or she should justify why she came up with such kind of narrative. Otherwise, no more tribal, no more discriminatory, no more subjecting other people, bigotry, or negating other race.
Because what we really need to see is Zambians also doing trade in the neighboring countries. Zambians, imwe na Zambia, mukachitivishe na imwe in Kumalawi. Mwishe Kumalawi na kwena market eko yaba.
They are there.
Na kuharare. Na Luanda.
There's Munshya. There are
a lot of Zambians, Munshya, doing business.
There are a lot of Zambians that are doing well, who are strong, who are not lazy, who are doing well. They will never come and complain. If complain, if nobody have less, Vaulesi simuzakadia. Ngatu na ulesi simuzadia.
Okay. So that's what she has said. 3,000. Somebody has commented that it's the 3,000 number is compared to 8,500 in Lusaka alone. And as long as there are guidelines that can be followed, for example, if you can ask these marketeers to partner with a Zambian, that can be a good initiative. But this outright thing of saying that these foreign marketeers have no place or they're taking the place for Zambians, I don't think that's a fair way to look at it, or that they are a problem. If they're a problem, you arrest them and throw them in jail, but you can't just begin saying that they are a problem because they're from a neighboring country. No,
And then, Munshya, the other thing I wanted to add is I lived in South Africa, and there were a lot of refugees from different African countries and foreigners, and I would pick Nigeria as was the biggest of all the refugees. and they couldn't get formal employment in Africa. Somehow, I don't know, most of them. So the only thing they can do is to trade. So, and they have to survive. So you discover that you see more Nigerians selling or more foreigners selling because they cannot get formal jobs. So you cannot now tomorrow come and say, why are the foreigners are the ones who are selling? Because you guys, you've got the chance of getting a formal job. So, but I think in a Zambian situation, Munshya, now, we've reached a situation whereby a lot of Zambians don't have jobs. Now they are saying, how come foreigners are taking our places? But how come they didn't notice that? Because this has been going on for a long time. Rwandese and selling in our markets. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyway, we should be concluding because this is almost an hour. There are 5 minutes more to go here. TV Bakwe journalist, Wiseman, how are you doing?
And how are you, comrades?
You've been missing in action. We've missed you, Wiseman.
Hi, Wiseman. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Missed you.
Good evening,
Wiseman,
how are you?
Kukabwato kufestu kwa liwa Clement Tembo. Wali mumfapo Clement Tembo?
Nali mumfapo ekuluku lya muntu.
Oh, ulenda zikuru kwai?
Ekuluku kuli ini. Kuli mwenga te ekuluku kuli nani mwishi. Nali mwishi wasa.
Arelo ndolola. Nibu kuluku nshwasa ngamo. Because Wiseman, wali mubula Clement. Elo wasanga mubu kuluku. No mandefu wa wipishi. Bukerenka. How did you find bukuluku muri udio?
Ebali endarama shesuba. Ndarama shacharo wa Munshya. Vadia Clement n'abanankwe. Ebali ya. Eurobond yesu ya ishira tuwamye njanje twate ko ira bullet train ya tumona kero kya mpepoko. Ya alishaise ndarama. Efyo bali ya. You can imagine a mayor card that was moving with a chopper. Even our pilots were saluting for him, moving with money. So I know that man, and I've mingled with him in most of the meetings, and I know what type of a person the PF presented. And it can be a very shocking moment to see that they can even scoop that seat. That's why Mwamwena Nomba, they are even confused. They are surprised that Amaro de Mukawata Tatamwa. But 5 months down the line, ever they take, they are forgotten. But I'm got UPND ICM 2016. I think that no, we are not ready. Whenever they wrote, I'm got Tawari more power. So now they were saying Kawata is the most developed constituency. Then after Wafuma, Wamona Pamia Pangire Chuni. Pageti kuma kwati Kawata yonse ya wafenombea barakata. So nomba pali mu opposition no basanga ala. Kanshi nakonda kwa musebo. Kanshi no kutoka wa road. Kanshi no kutoka wa road atiyo ba UPND misebo tamuli mukawati. But given Lubinda insoni. I think insoni won. Rero mba kofe kubena Kabwata. Abena Kabwata please muibanga abashira fisana. Akainde ichilema nampira free education mutwale abana ku school be kabanga baba boma ni baambukula twala leta kwa IMF utabali stand twale nyabana ku school bonse
but twala leta
ba ipusha ama condition beshibe agreement ilipo ba indalma ba IMF batupere beshibe limbi kutwali sampuishe cyane
no nishina babwera kuli balandira tibakaya
tapala ko bengaya baliya ikusa bengaya
sendo bwanga
wanga kuti wanga limoli mwimiro pashimo kula sumina wo tashisumina wa Munshya wanga na wote wakuka bechitonge poke yawo
iwe Wiseman bakakulowa iwe Wiseman
ngakale bapanda bade
brand bande
efe bampataye chechi ngakale bapando wanga nombali moli mwefi tumwa mufira kanati hawa uye noteti njingire mulango ali bipo mutima Muri utete njingire. So please, not me therapy education, not me pera CDF ya ifulira nganshi. Not me pera nepia share. Never tamule kwa kusefuna.
No, but wise man, Tawishive, what he actually meant was that akaya mukupanda nomba direction ama coordinate ya chupo kwisa isanga in an IMF office so that we should begin the actually must negotiate for a little bit of it.
I think Munshya, you are correct.
Post landing.
Achfire ti ayalo nani akainde. Elwasa isanga mofesi y'abasungu because wo wanga tetulo wo afita. Tuwalo afyo musungu. Ewanga ayine senda.
Abasungu bena bawamisha. Bare damambo kunkone chinyanja.
Vachimpundu DNA awo chabe pampande.
All right. Greetings to the TV Wakwetu family. It's been long. Wamukelabai, Patrick, Doc.
Hello, and, Brian.
Good to see you.
My brother.
What's happening? We want to see you.
I'm inadequately.
Okay.
Come back.
Go ahead.
So let me just speak. Yeah. Yeah, talking about, yes.
I'm unable to be on the camera, please. We reka tukashana, Brian. We reka we twala abantu mukweshiwa atamina.
Okay, camera mumba Munshya.
All right. Otherwise, we can twala tampo kwerenganye. Brian, twairenganya mumano.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to talk about Baba preacher, were given Lubinda. Given Lubinda is a preacher. You remember how he lamented during the butane, fair or the burial of butane in Parliament. He preached so very well as if he was, saying something very sensible. That's the same tactic that is bringing to Kawata. And we'd just like to warn the people in Kawata. These people have not changed. They are the same PF that you know. And we should never try to make a mistake. They are just there. They want to eat again using Clement Tembo. Clement Tembo, just like a wise man has said, Clement Tembo, once he's voted in power, if they just make a mistake of which that mistake can't even happen. But issues issues. But because there will be noise and no intimidation and stuff like that. But the law enforcement officers, they're just waiting. There are a lot of issues that people have presented. I was listening to Tayari the other day. I didn't think, son. Then coming to Iyama foreigners, what I can say is that, we've been foreigners also in people's countries, and we see how the foreigners are treated there, and would not want others to be treated that badly. If they are here legally, and you cannot say just because they are not Zambian, they are not entitled to trade. They're supposed to be allowed to trade, but they should trade fairly and legally. Looking at time, I'm just saying good night to everyone and good night to the family.
All right, thank you. I think we've got to end here and continue with our conversation. Kabwata, Milenge, and Senanga, I believe these are the 3 by-elections taking place. And so we are encouraging, if we as TV Bakwetu Tamumbario, Pantu, Idio Kwaishideva, a new government. We want the new government to continue because Mamona, definitely never Tavena Tembo, but if Wokubwera, Shiyaba Ibiri Shida Shachepa, na CDF in 25.7 million. So don't vote for them. This has been a presentation of TV Bakwetu. Good night. God bless you and see you again. May God bless us.